Hello guys, yeah. Finally our YouTube channel is here. Welcome to my very first video on YouTube. In this channel I'm going to be sharing with you guys my travel abroad experience, how I relocated, how I traveled abroad to study with my family, our lifestyle here, motherhood, cooking tips, everything in between, what have you. So you are welcome. Please do well to subscribe. So, what necessitated this video? In fact, I've had it in mind to do this video for a very long time because of the question I've been getting from people, different questions, and I keep on answering them and repeating what I answered. So I said, okay, why not just make it in a well-detailed video where everybody can have access to, for the information and all that. So I'll be sharing with you how I processed my admission, how I applied for my visa, and then I relocated to the UK to study with my family. Okay guys, first of all, just for your information, don't forget that I'm not an immigration consultant, I'm not a travel agent, I'm just here sharing my experience with you guys. So guys, if your situation is special, there's a peculiar reason why you want to talk to someone about your whole processes, do well to get yourself an expert's advice from immigration consultants. Okay, that being said, let's get it started. Okay guys, so first thing first, if your plan is to study abroad, to relocate abroad, the very first thing you have to do is to get your passport ready. If you don't have an international passport, you're not serious. Are you serious? Okay, I'm sure you're not serious. The very first thing you have to do is to gather your documents. I'll give you a list of the documents you need. I'm going to also write it out in case there's anyone that I forget, step by step, and how you're going to apply. The very first document you'll be needing is your international passport. Get your international passport. The second document you'll be needing is your degree certificate from your school, from your university where you did your first degree. Of course, guys, you know that there are schools in the UK that are offering admission to not just BSc holders, but also HND holders. So don't be discouraged, or maybe don't feel you need to do another program to top up what you have in your HND before you can be able to study your master's, to study for your master's degree. No, there are schools in the UK that can give you admission, that offer courses meant for degree holders and in the master's degree level. For a list of all these schools, please check the description box for my Instagram handle where you send me a message and I'll forward you the list. Now, that being said, the documents you need, you've gotten your passports, yeah. The second document is your degree certificate from your school. Then you get your transcript from your school. Please make sure that this transcript you get, of course, is not the student's copy, but the official copy of your transcript. Your transcript gotten, you might do well to write an English language test, that is the IELTS, or you can get your documents evaluated by NARIC, or you can get an English language letter from your university proving that your course was taught in English. Whichever one depends on your school, and it depends on the course you're studying. In the school, there are some courses that necessitate you to have the IELTS. Some other courses and some other schools, you can be able to use your NARIC, or you can be able to apply using the letter from your school, an English language proficiency letter from your school, showing that your course was taught in English. For a list of all these documents or sample of all these documents, you can always contact me. I am ever willing to help you. Now, please, the information I'm sharing in this video is for people who are serious about studying abroad. Of course, we all know that UK is one of the countries where their certificates are highly recognized, and everybody wants to gain a master's degree, one certificate or the other from the UK. And then you might be scared, how am I going to live, how am I going to go studying in the UK without my family? Maybe as a mother, you have little kids who you are supposed to leave behind, for who their dad, who is busy. That is what necessitates you traveling with the kids. And of course, if you're traveling with the kids, who's going to take care of them with you? You might need a second person who is going to be alternating childcare with you while you're studying. That is what necessitates you're going with your husband. So at the end of the day, it's a whole family experience. And then this is the reason why I'm making this video. I'm pleading with you, please, if you really know that you plan to study in the UK and the news of the ban or the restriction for international students to come to the UK with their dependents starting from January 2024 is making you feel daunted, please don't be scared. You can still do it. I know there are still some schools offering admission, September intake, October intake, November intake. Please, if you're seeing this video now, act on it. Whatever information you're getting here, please don't lose guard. Act on it and you'll be able to do this. Within 3 months, all these processes, you can be able to do it. So, apart from you getting your passport, your degree results, your transcript, English language proficiency test, you're going to do your CV. Make sure that in your CV, you are able to convince the admin officer of any study gaps, of any employment gaps. Explain to them what you've been doing before or after your first degree that's making you coming back to study now. For example, if you studied your first degree in 2010 and now it's 2023 and then you're coming back to do your master's, of course, everybody, want to know all the time, all the while, what have you been doing, why now? So it's part of what you're going to show in your CV, that you've been working, have job experience and all that. And then your statement of purpose will also be able to buttress more needs, tell the admin officer the reason why you have passion for this course, especially if you're switching courses. If you're not switching courses, it's just all about career advancement and all that. But if you're switching courses, of course, you know that you need a very strong statement of purpose to be able to convince the admin officer the reason why you're leaving this field to move into another field. So, of course, if you don't know how to draft a very good statement of purpose, I'm here for you. Come to my DM. Yes, I will help you. You must study abroad. Now, after you have gotten your statement of purpose, you have gotten your CV, your passport, degree certificate, and also your transcripts and letter of English proficiency. The next thing is to turn in your application. But before you do that, also ensure that you have gone to these schools in the UK, in the city where you want to live, and check out the schools there, check out the courses they're offering. If the course you're offering is being provided by this school, the tuition fee, tuition deposit cost, tuition deposits, tuition fee payment plan, and all that. Those are all the things you need to factor in before you can be able to make up your mind or make a decision on a particular school you want to go to. Now, when that has been done, of course, you go to the websites of the school individually to look for this. Now, admission in the UK is free of charge. Unlike Canada, where you pay for admission fee, application fee for admission. In the UK, application for admission is totally free of charge. Now, when you apply to the school, turn in your application, of course, the school admission team will get back to you and let you know if there are further documents you need to submit for your admission to be processed. And when you're done turning it in, they're going to refer back to you and give you a conditional offer of admission. This conditional offer is a letter stating that you've been given admission, and stating the conditions you must meet before you can be able to be given an unconditional offer. Most times, these conditions are payment of your school fees, providing 1 or 2 documents they might need, providing your precast questionnaire or precast interview, proof of fund, that is financial evidence. Some schools, of course, don't ask for financial evidence, that is the proof of funds, while some schools they do. Some schools don't do precast interview, while some schools they do. So it all depends on the school you're applying to. Now, if your school is among those that will need you to provide proof of fund before you can be given an unconditional letter to study. Of course, you know that once you have turned in your admission, once you have turned in your application for admission, you start running your proof of funds. Because the proof of fund needs to be in your account for 28 days before you'll be able to print it, to submit it for any application. The proof of fund, of course, is the balance of your school fees remaining and the amount of money you need to take care of yourself while studying in the UK. Multiply by the number of people that are going For example, if your balance school fees is 8 million in naira, the amount of money you are going to be needing for yourself alone is 6 million in naira. The amount of money you're going to be needing for each member of your family is 6 million. So the 8 million plus the 6 million naira multiplied by the number of family members is the total proof of fund you're going to use. All right. So after you submitted your documents, your proof of funds, you've paid your deposits, submitted every other document the school required, then did your precast interview and the rest of it, the school is going to send you your unconditional letter of admission. When you get your unconditional letter of admission, that is where your CAS is going to be mentioned. Now, with that, you can be able to apply for your visa. The documents you need for your visa includes these documents I've mentioned, and then TB test results. If you have not gotten, of course, you go and book your TB test and go and get your TB test. If you're not traveling alone, you're traveling with your family. Remember that your proof of fund for your family to join you will also be part of the financial evidence that you're going to submit alongside with your own to Home Office for visa application. If you don't understand that, I'll say it again. The proof of fund you submitted for school is only for you. Or perhaps if it's for both you and your dependents, then you don't have any problem. Now, if it's only for you, then you are going to have another account, maybe in your husband's name, in your partner's name, showing the proof of fund for your partner and your kids, which you will now need together with your own to submit to Home Office for visa application. Now, if you're using the same proof of fund you printed for your CAS to submit to visa application, remember to make sure that it's up to date. It's not usually safe to use the same proof of fund for your CAS because that 30 days gap between when you printed it and when you're supposed to submit for your visa is safer for you to just print a new proof of fund that is up to date, which you use to submit for your visa, just in case your application takes longer than you envisaged. You know that you're covered. Now, after you submitted your application, of course, you book your biometrics, which you can do either in Lagos or in Abuja. After you do your biometrics, you wait for decision to be made on your application, and hopefully, it's going to be successful. So that is just about it. The documents you need, the processes you need to apply, the ones I can remember. If there's any other thing I don't remember, please remind me in the comment section or ask about it in the comment section, and I'll be able to offer you explanations. And then if you need ideas on how to write your statement of purpose, of course, I'm willing to help. If you need to use an agent, I used an agent myself, but you can do it on your own if you don't want to use an agent. Of course, their services sometimes is free, so nothing to lose. If you need an agent who is going to follow you step by step of the way to guide you on how to apply, of course, you can reach out to me and I'll be happy to share with you the contact of the agent that did mine. And then what else? For your visa, for your CV and every other thing, gather your documents together and start looking for admission. This thing I'm saying is within 3 months of doing it, I'm sure that you'll be able to scale through. So guys, all these processes won't even take more than 3 months. So if you're scared that you don't have time again, there's still time. Some schools are offering September, October, November admission. Until my next video, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to share. Until my next video, see you. Bye-bye.